Hey there, welcome back to the channel. This is another in a series of kind of PC or side PC spotlights. Just a way for me to kind of go through some of the cards that I have in one of my PCs, kind of show them and kind of set a marker down for this is what the PC looks like today. So that, you know, as cards come and go, we can, at least have a starting point. So what I'm going to go through today is the Packers graded PC. So for the Packers graded PC, I consider that kind of one collection, but there's three kind of mini collections inside of that. What we're starting with is the first one, which is Rodgers cards, mostly rookie cards, but some inserts as well. But the main focus is on the rookies. So here's the 2005 Topps flagship in a 9. This is one that I like, but it hurts me to look at a little bit. When I came into the hobby, getting this in a 10 was, kind of like a big goal for me a couple years back. And of course, that lined up with when prices on graded base cards, especially in 10s, but even in 9s, was crazy. I ended up buying 3 9s and a 10 because I was just thinking that, hey, I'll have them for my collection. Worst case scenario, I hold them for a while and I end up selling them, break even. Did not happen. I bought 3 of these. I think my average cost on them was somewhere in the mid 2s, like 250, 260 or something. My guess is this is like $120 card now. I sold the other 2. Or I think I traded one at a show. Anyway, I took big losses on them. But nothing as big as the PSA 10 that I had in this. Had the PSA 10, gosh, I think I paid $1,100 plus tax and shipping. I think I was into it for a little under $1,300. It's the most money I think it's the most money I've spent on a card to date. And I sold that for $700 cash at a show. So took almost a 50% loss on that. And the reason why it's not a huge deal for me is I did use those funds to buy a Jordy card, Superfractor Auto, that I bought on PWCC for $900, and the very next sale was on eBay for $2,700. And so that's a card that I just really wanted, and so I kind of tell myself that I made up for all the losses on the Rodgers cards in that one Jordy, getting it for the deal I did. So anyway, long story short, here's the base Topps. Most of these others, and I don't have a ton of them right now, but most of these others I got after it dipped. So I'm not into these for, top of the market costs. Okay, so there's that. I also have a couple at PWCC right now that are just kind of sitting until I do a big shipment. Mosaic stained glass. This is my only graded stained glass. The rest of these I have raw. It's an 8, so I've thought about cracking it just to keep it raw with the other ones. So I've got some uniformity there. Illumination. My brother had this one. Traded a couple PC cards for Matt. One of his PC players, Matt Forte. I had bought a bunch just because I like Matt Forte too, and I got him at great deals. And so I traded him the Matt Fortes kind of at my cost for this at his cost, and happy with that. So that's Rodgers. This next set is, cool cards of Packer stars, kind of for lack of a better term. So this is the 13 Select Prism Gold Auto. So it's a Min Gem 9.5. Auto is only a 9. You can tell that there's, fading in the auto. The auto is not awesome, but it is an awesome card. Reggie White, Mirror Gold. This was a cheap one and just looks real cool. So, I mean, I'm into this for like 15 bucks. And it's just an awesome looking card. Another Mirror Gold. I think I'm into this one for 20 or 25. This was another recent pickup. I got this with those two were together. Another new pickup. Exclamation points. These you just have to, I mean, get them in action. They're just so shiny, and like a flat scan or a flat picture just does not do it justice. I just did a post on this one, so I might be wrong, but I'm going to be close. This is, I think, a Pop 7 with like 14 or 15 10s, and this is the second 9 that I've owned. I owned a 9, and then I used it as part of a half cash, half trade deal for a Jordy that I really wanted, and I didn't have the funds to just buy outright. So the other one I think I bought for like 110 or 120, somewhere in there. I used it at a 150 trade value, plus like $100, I think, cash for a Jordy. And I just love it. Like, it's an awesome card. And then I saw someone selling one on eBay, found him on Instagram, and was basically like, hey, like, I forget if it was 140 or 150 for this, but it was basically that much. I said, hey, will you take that? And he said, sure. So I got it back for about what the trade value that I had traded it away for, which I was really happy about. Really happy to hold that one. The only way I would get rid of it is, again, if there's a Packers collector out there that had an awesome Jordy and wanted to kind of get a Packers card in return, I'd move it, but not planning on getting rid of it otherwise. Just a great looking card. And then this next section, a lot of these are newer, and about half of these are newer, half of these I've had for a while. This is part of a much longer term collecting journey of mine, which is trying to get all of the Bowman and Topps through the 60s of the Packers. You know, so this is one of those that, like, I'll, you know, slowly plug away as I find them. I'm not looking for you know, 7, 8s, 9s, 10s. I'm looking for 4, 5, 6s that present pretty well. Obviously higher grades as we get closer to like the 1970 date. And then obviously with the stars, I'll settle for lower as long as they're presentable. Speaking of stars, here's a Hudson in a 4, and, you know, presents pretty well. It's a 4, you can tell, but presents well. And I have these by year. Right now, I'm pretty sure I don't have 2 of any one year. And that might not actually be true because I do have a couple of these sitting at PWCC, and I cannot recall the exact year off the top of my head of those. So I might have a second one, but Bart Starr. Another Bart Starr. And then last but not least, Reinitsky. Cool looking card. I can't get over the fact that he looks like he's like 60 years old in that picture. It's funny. Different times. Anyway, that does it for the Packers graded PC. Really appreciate the view. I would also appreciate a like or subscribe. The subscriber numbers are growing, which is not exactly why I'm doing this, but I would prefer to get these cards out to more people. So, appreciate it. Go ahead and toss a comment down there if there's any of these cards that struck you in particular. Happy to talk about them. Otherwise, I'll catch you next time. Thanks.